G'day folks, you're listening to the podcast It's the Whiskey Talking with Harry and Craig. In this podcast we take a light-hearted look at our current favourite whiskey, things that have got us thinking lately, other things that just pop into our heads while we're talking, and matters that have slowly taken on more significance as we ease our way into the last third of our lives. So kick back, pour yourself a pleasing beverage, and join us on our search for wisdom, thinly disguised as mates having a bit of a banter. G'day, Harry.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Very, very good, thank you.
Would you feel like a drink?
Yes, I can see. You bought one for me today.
Yeah, it's something unusual. It's made by a company that we've all heard of before, Dewar's. But it's an 8-year-old Japanese smooth.
Okay.
Which is a bit odd to hear when you know that Dewar's is a Scottish company. Anyway, it's apparently... So this is the information from the box.
It's not cultural appropriation or anything, is it?
No, you'll hear where the Japanese element comes from. So it's an 8-year-old blended Scotch whiskey, double-aged for extra smoothness, and then finished in Japanese Mizunara oak casks. So that's the element.
Okay.
That's the Japanese element, it's just the casks. Apparently, it has delicious honey and floral notes with warm spices and a dry finish. So that's according to the distiller. But I did a little bit of extra digging and a tasting note that I've managed to get from the chaps at Master of Malt, some website. So they say that on the nose there's an earthy oak with a whiff of smoke plus light hints of citrus oil.
Yep. I got the citrus. I got the flowers, the florally stuff a minute ago.
Yeah.
I thought my deodorant.
And then on the palate they say sandalwood, plum, forest floor, interesting, toasted grain and a touch of cinnamon.
I'm not looking forward to the forest floor bit.
No. I mean, it's very nice.
It's different.
It's smooth.
Is it the cinnamon? Something in there.
And on the finish, there's sweet smoke and a little red fruit juiciness.
That's very pleasant. I know that much.
Yeah, so it is a blended whiskey, so usually designed to be as smooth as possible. And yeah, that certainly fits the bill, that one.
Very nice.
Nice. Well, I'm going to jump in with what's been on my mind the last week. So I think we ended up the last episode wishing all the best to my daughter Stella and Julian. And so in the meantime, we've had the wedding, and I think a fine time was had by all.
Yes, it was good. Very, very good night.
Yeah, lots of fun. Quite a funny story that came out of it, though. You'll know that Julian is a wrestler, and he has an Instagram page devoted to his wrestling activities. And as he is wont to do every now and then, he shaved his head. I don't know if you saw that picture on one of his feeds.
Yes, I did.
Yep. Anyway, so apparently in the week that followed, he got the usual number of likes. I don't know, about 300 or so from the various fans and family that he has. But then within a few days, the number of likes jumped up to over 11,000. Which was very odd. He'd never had that many likes ever. And, he talked about it with Stella and his family and friends, and no one really could seem to understand what was going on. So he did a bit of digging in the people who had liked him, people they didn't know, and he saw quite a few of them had the pride flag. And then some of them had even had hashtag bald man fetish. So he's got a whole new fan base apparently.
Oh God.
So someone said, so what, are you going to take the picture down? Are you uncomfortable with that? He said, no. A like's a like.
Yeah, exactly, mate. $20.
Yes, that was my response too. So yeah, very funny. It's the online world. It's a interesting place, or at least it gives you access to very interesting places.
Oh, mate, it's open ended, isn't it? You don't know where it's going to come from, but still, as you say, likes are likes.
So how about you, Harry? What's been happening to you since the wedding?
Well, we've our dog's gone and had a knee op, which we knew was going to happen at some stage. So that involves probably 8 weeks of recuperation and rehab, where he's supposed to be fairly quiet and docile and sitting on his mat. But being a staffy, that's not easy to manage. But he's pretty good. So I think probably at day 3 or 4 in, it means that at least for the first few weeks, someone's going to have to be with him all the time. As he starts to get a little bit better, we can probably leave him. So it means I've gone back to working from home, which I have to say I'm not enjoying. I used to think that was a great thing, a real luxury to be working from home, but I'm finding it's more on the home and less on the work. So I'll be looking forward to the last few days of each week. Tracy's home, so I'll go back into the office and try to keep up. And just something else I thought of then too is Ben, our son, had a gig up north in Newman.
Yep.
Flew up there, and probably the quickest gig he's ever done. He got up there during sound check. The weather was beautiful, and then it came in.
Oh no!
Very similar to the rains I think you had when you went up to Exmouth that time.
Yep.
So it bucketed down. Gig was cancelled. They had pizza and ice cream and flew back home.
Oh, I hope he was still paid.
Yeah, he was. He was paid. It was actually a good gig. I think it was a community gig or something. So he was paid. So he said it was the best gig he's had as far as return on investment. I think he still had to pay for his flights up there, but still, it was a good gig.
The rock and roll lifestyle.
Right.
And so you also had a bit of a holiday?
Yeah, we went away. We went away for 4 days. We've got a group of friends, school friends from when our kids were at school 20-something odd years ago, or more now probably. And, excuse me, we used to go to Busso every year at the same time. And then, obviously, as kids grew up and things changed, it wasn't necessary to do it in school holidays, and wasn't even necessary to do it in Busso anymore. So over the last 3 or 4 years, we've changed. This year was in Pemberton, so there's 8 of us, 4 couples. Went down to Pemberton. It wasn't in vans or camper trailers or anything else. It was in a house that one of the group had organised. Beautiful place, just out of Pemberton, walking distance. Nice rammed earth house. Accommodated the 4 of us. Big open a fire pit outside and a fire inside, so it was lovely. Weather was good, and it was nice to spend time with friends, 4 of which have retired and 4 of which, including myself, haven't. So that was the only hard part. No, they were in no great rush to leave when we had to pack up and leave on the Monday, but we had to get back. And in fact, one of the group, Alison, she is going to be our interviewee in this current podcast.
Oh, excellent! All right, well let's give it a listen.
Beautiful. Okay, so today I'm speaking to a very special friend, Alison. Alison's been teaching for over 35 years, recently retired, maybe a couple of years ago. And so we're just going to chat with Alison just to see how life was during teaching, and what she's doing now and what she's looking forward to in the future. All right. Hey, Alison, how are you?
Hello, very well, thanks, Harry.
Good to hear. We're actually having a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're away for a weekend with 8 of us, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to catch up with Alison. So I've whisked her away on her own to have a bit of a chat about her retirement years. So, okay, Alison, so you were teaching for 35 years. Your husband, Paul, the same, both same career. Yeah. Teaching a long time, and recently both retired. So with that, how have you found, obviously, moving from being in a situation whereby you're fairly tightly regulated with times, both during school and after school? I mean, you had a lot of work outside the school hours that continued that you had to do, and I understand with a lot of teachers we know, a lot of work, even unpaid work, outside teaching.
Yeah. So you're working weekends and you're working evenings.
And fairly regimented, so you knew when you had to start, when you had to finish.
Yeah. No, I love the freedom. Like, that's what I'm embracing. And
now?
I'm still relishing it, and it's still new to me, the freedom, and I can't believe that I have this freedom.
So do you still wake up in the morning and think,
Yes.
oh, I've got my papers to mark?
Not exactly. I just wake up and think, thank God I don't have papers to mark. So I wake up and I'm just going, I can choose what I want to do today.
So wonderful.
It is wonderful. And I don't feel like I have to be productive, like I have to, I've got to do this, this and this today.
Yep.
I do make lists, but they're pretty mundane lists, but I just love working through them.
Were you a list person before you retired?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was.
All right.
I just forget things. So I can wander around and do nothing. And then I think, oh, well, I had this, this and this to do. So if I have a list, I stick to it and I feel like I've achieved something. It could be really mundane, making a phone call, doing this.
So without doing the list, so you find you probably go through the day and think, oh, what have I achieved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like to feel I've done something.
Yes. Yeah, even though in retirement you're still
But it's
doing
not
things.
like, it's not dictated by somebody else or the feeling of commitment, oh, I've got to get these kids' work back to them and I've got to do this.
So with yourself and Paul obviously being in the I guess, fairly unique situation, both in the same careers, both retiring at the same time, how have you navigated that? Because I guess you both have your own separate interests.
Yeah.
And
Well, we're both pretty independent. He did retire a year before me, and I was insanely jealous as I'd be going to work and he'd put the kettle on. And I think he's going to be sitting there having a cup of tea and I'm going to work. And it was work. It was hard and I didn't like it in the last 2 years. But the two of us, we'll say good morning to each other and we just go off and have our own things. He still works a day and a half.
does it? Yes.
So he works Mondays and then he has Thursday mornings. He does something, volunteer.
And yourself, what's your plan? So at the moment
I'm still relishing. I'm still
in the honeymoon phase.
Honeymoon holiday. I still feel I'm on holiday, long service leave or something like that. And I just, So I did every now and then I think, I should be doing something. I should, but it's more a should rather than I want to. And I did volunteer to do something with the Smith family, but then it was going to be a regular thing and it was back in the classroom and I thought, I don't want to go back in there. I suddenly realised I don't want to go back in the classroom.
No. So how long ago did you retire?
3 years. I'm 63. I retired when I turned 60.
That's gone so quick.
I did do a bit of relief.
6 years. 3 years.
I did do that term relief, but then my dad got sick.
That's right.
So I had to stop.
I guess that's the next thing. So that leads us into the next thing. While I guess you were planning or moving towards retirement, as does happen, our parents are getting older. And sadly for you, you lost both parents fairly close to each other during that retirement phase where you not only were you working, you were caregiving for both parents, one and then the other. So how did you navigate that with having to deal with that and then the grief afterwards, with the grief and then still...
Well, the grief was guilt. A lot of it was guilt. Because, they were older and, this does happen. But the grief I kept working out was guilt because I thought I should have left work to look after my mum.
Really?
And my mum was the one, she had to go into a home and all that. And she just kept saying, why can't you look after me? And it's just the mortgage and, there's all that still weighing on us, etc. And then I said to myself, I'm going to retire at the end of this year. I didn't know Mum was going to die then. So I was going to retire and then I thought I will be there for both of them so I'll have more time for both of them.
Yep.
Mum might be able to stay in the family home, but I don't think that was going to happen realistically. So I did and so when Mum did die and she died in that home and it was awful, I just thought I should have left earlier. And it took me a long, long time to come to terms with that. And then poor old Dad. I thought he was quite fit and healthy and doing quite well. And then, so I'd been retired a year. Oh, that was the first year I was retired. And then second term, somebody offered me work, teaching, and I thought, well, I better do it. Because the money situation, I thought, we are going through the money quite quickly. I better, because we had paid the mortgage off with Paul's super, and we had about 100 grand left. But we were ripping through that pretty quickly. So I thought, well, I better do some work. and it'll get me into the school that's close by, and I can just do 2. If they like me, then I can do 2-3
casual
days.
work, yeah. Casual relief.
And then, of course, Dad got sick, and then it all went down.
So
But then again, I felt guilty because I'd gone back to work, and he bloody got sick.
Yes, but we know. Well, look, I know you, Alice, and you're always going to feel guilty for something because that's who you are. I mean, you like to, not like to, but it's just how you are. So part of your retirement decision was based around your folks.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
Yep.
you know, you had your financial decision that you want to keep working because
we had the mortgage, and I know everybody, because I had Gold State Super, everybody kept saying, you know, that's a good one. You know, the more you can put into that, the better. Mm-hmm. And I know you're meant to have $1 million or something when you retire, a bit more. We weren't near that. But I just thought, yeah. And also, teaching had become hard. And because Mum was sick, I didn't do year 11 and 12's ATAR because I thought, well, I can't put the time into them. So I'll do...
And that's what you enjoy, though. You
I
always
did.
enjoyed
That's
that
what
as
I
well.
enjoyed. So I wasn't doing the classes I really enjoyed. And then the classes I did end up with, I mean, it was pretty hard.
You're marking time, basically.
I was marking time, and I
knew-
wasn't enjoying it. And I thought, this isn't fair for anyone.
No.
It's not fair for the kids. It's not fair for me. So, yeah. So I
then,
got out.
Okay, so that was a part of the decision, and then obviously both parents lost both parents in fairly quick succession. And then how did you deal with it? Obviously the grieving was there, but then what the reason for you to be at work? I mean, I know you retired and gone back, but the reason for you, one of the major reasons for you working was now no longer. I mean, so for me, the reason to be retired.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
changed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, that did take transitional time, but I think there was just so much to do after a death.
Yeah.
You don't realise how much there is to do. That took,
Especially
and we
after
had to get the house sorted, Mum and Dad's house sorted. So that took like nearly 6 months. So for 6 months after Dad had died, he died in July, so virtually for a year, and then we went into school holiday time. So virtually that year was still in my head. I was still very busy, and still organising things, and you know, all the paperwork and the,
So retired,
everything.
but keeping
busy.
occupied.
But I was
That's
really
the-
busy.
Yeah, you were. Oh, we saw it.
And my sister was in the country, so she couldn't do a lot. And it was a whole house to pack up, and I don't know how many years, 60, 70 years of stuff to sort.
So then, with the financial side of it,
Yeah.
I guess not. There's an upside, but having your parents that had money,
Yeah.
and they were able to leave some of your money to your family
Well, it was mainly
and
the
your siblings,
house, yeah.
So you were able to get something out which would then help you for. I guess one of the reasons why you wanted to continue working was the
Was
financial
money,
side of it.
yeah.
So some of that was eased, and then, as you and I discussed, you've both adult kids. Both
Yep.
live overseas now.
Yep.
And that was a big surprise. I mean, we watched that happen. Both kids suddenly gone.
I know.
And
The
so,
chances.
yeah, so I think what was it, the joke was you said to, I think to...
The umbilical cord is stretched and
No, you said to, I think you
snapped
say to
and hit
Jack...
me in the face.
Jack or Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Get out of your rooms.
Why did you get out? Why did you get out a bit? Not meaning he's going to move to the other side of the country, but... So,
Yeah, when I said get out of your rooms, I didn't mean move to another country.
Right, exactly. So Jack went and then Sarah went. So they're both overseas. So now, as far as the financial side,
Yeah.
you now have this other consideration that you have to allow for because they are, starting lives over there and everything. So they don't have, I guess, the resources and the funds to come back here all the time.
No, so we have to go
it's
there.
up to you guys
Yeah.
to head over there. So what sort of plan, I mean, how often do you plan to go and visit?
Well, we plan, like, Jack comes back every Christmas.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Dad used to help him, give him an airfare and whatever. So we'll probably pay half his airfare when he comes back. So that'll be once a year, and then we'll go the following. So we'll see each other at least once a year. And my daughter, well, that's sort of reasonably new. But last time she came over, she did say she'll probably try and come even without a partner because it's cheaper.
And
so
the other thing too,
you
I
don't always
suppose,
have to have a
being
partner.
that although the world's big, it's not so big when you're talking about Europe.
And if
because-
they've got places we can stay, that saves a heck of a lot of money.
And if you go to visit Jack, say, in Finland, it's not that far.
Hmm. No,
to get
so
across.
Sarah.
Yeah, to Sarah. So
one does both in
Yeah.
a way, and then we could just either pay for Jack And a flight from Finland to UK is nothing.
Yeah.
So he can come and visit us there, and it's sorted. And, you know, and then it's just food. And if we've got accommodation is the huge thing. That was expensive last time we went.
So that's right. So
But now they've
you're
got
hoping they get slightly
places.
bigger houses, yes, places they can stay. And even if you got to sleep on the floor, I mean, not
Yeah,
the floor.
well, the kids will sleep
they
on
can
the
sleep
floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have to. That's right. They
They're
sleep on
young.
the floor, and you sleep in the bed. That's perfect. So that's part, obviously, of your retirement, I guess, funding.
Yeah,
what you want to do.
but Paul and I are pretty bad at forward thinking. So we just tend to use what we've got.
Yeah.
But he is working, so he's bringing in money, and I'm earning some interest on my money. But I don't know.
But you will see.
I just know I can always go back. I can actually, because I'm 63, so I've still got maybe 5 years. I can work if I need to.
And you know also that you know, as we get older, we need less money. I mean, to a point.
True.
To a point.
True.
There's lots of things you don't
Like
need.
2 of us, we can eat very cheaply. So it's no big deal.
No, and there's not
It's just cars and things. But once maybe we get down to one car.
one car, and that's normal.
Yeah.
We've done one car and one set of registration, one set of insurances, one set of petrol and everything else. So that's
You can get senior discounts.
Yes, you can. Well, that's right. You're not there yet.
No, not yet. Paul is.
Paul is. Paul
He hasn't
rubs
really looked at it though.
He rubs our face in it though all the time. I mean,
but he
that's one
needs
thing
to.
about being older.
He needs to sort it and research it, like Brian does.
And so let's talk about the health side then. So
Yeah.
you're both very lucky to still be healthy. I know that
Yep.
Paul rides his bike all the time. He's quite fit. And you're not unfit.
Nope.
And we did a big walk, reasonable walk today. So what have you planned, or have you allocated time, I guess, in retirement
Yeah,
for keeping healthy?
absolutely.
Well,
So
health
it's a
is
part
hard.
of my day.
Health is hard. Fit you can keep. You can get health.
yeah,
health
true,
sometimes
true.
health
It
you
is
don't
different.
know. Health you just don't know. Somebody's going to come and slap you in the face.
But that's what you think. So you think, well, if I'm fit, if something does happen, hopefully I'll recover
yes.
better.
So, yeah, most definitely.
I read this thing about Lance Armstrong, and he had cancer and all sorts
testicle.
of things. Yep. So by the time, and they reckon he recovered from it because he was fit. So, and my dad said the same thing. He got prostate cancer and something. He said, but I'm always thinking about my health and everything. And I said, well, maybe it didn't get you as badly
Because you were
you
fit.
were fit.
And I
Because he
think-
used to play golf like 3 times a week and walk.
obviously everybody that knows Tracy, and you know Tracy as well as anybody, that's something that I'm very mindful of.
Yeah.
And even getting in and out of chairs and all of those kind of
Yeah.
things. And if you have a fall, I mean, I've seen it with my
I don't want to have
mother.
a fall.
Exactly.
I want to fall.
Hey?
But I don't want to have a fall.
No.
A fall is when you're really old.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
I've had a
a trip.
fall.
You tripped.
Yeah, tripped.
Yeah. But I mean, a fall isn't the problem. I mean, a fall can be a problem if your bones and that are weak. But at the same stage, many times I've seen the fall is they can't get it. You can't get
Yeah,
up.
you can't get up. Yeah.
So you want to have this, I guess, the muscle strength to be able to get back up again.
True.
Because especially if you're on your own.
Yeah, true. So
So-
that's it. That is a huge thing in my mind because I'm thinking I want to stay as fit as I can for as long as I can.
Yes.
If a health emergency comes, then hopefully
You can get
I'll
over it.
cope with it better. I do worry about starting to have to take tablets and things, but then you guys are talking about it and it's nothing.
Yeah, well,
you just
that's
have to do it.
right. And you fight against them. And
Yeah.
people know obviously from the podcast, but I'm now taking more tablets than I've ever taken. A lot of them are, I guess, prophylactically in that they're fish oil or those kind of things and all of those things. But now because of this LP(a) thing, which you're going to get tested, aren't
Yeah,
you?
I know I am.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, because Tracy's
Because
my friend.
we're with a group of 8 people now away, and at least one of them's been tested. I'm looking at that. He's been tested, and has it, or someone's got it in there. So one of the groups got it, and I think everybody 1 in 5 chance of getting it,
Yeah.
having it. So you can't do much about it. But
I mean, Paul had his big heart problem,
yes,
which scared us. But then it was a mechanical thing, luckily. But he's already on things, isn't he?
yeah,
I don't know.
he has to be.
So,
we're
yeah.
we're all on statins and
We're all on something.
those kind of things. So that will happen, and we can't avoid
Yeah.
that. And it's not admission of defeat.
No.
It's basically preparing yourself for the next
It's the
stage,
will to survive.
so we can keep going.
Yeah. So we could keep doing this.
Exactly. So, and I know you do your Pilates.
Yep, twice
whenever
a
you
week.
can. So it's-
try and walk at least 6Ks.
Yes.
Having a dog is good.
Yes.
Although it's hard when you're going away, but having a dog, because they stare at you and you think, well, okay, I've got to take
Yeah.
you for your walk.
Yeah, they're a good walking partner, a good
Yep.
exercise partner, and
Feeds into my guilt again.
Yep.
So there we go. I'm taking me for a walk. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's I think and we've had a couple of different people we've interviewed that over the time that dogs are really what helps them to get up in the morning and then go for a walk. So it's
And they're a good bond between you and your partner because
yes,
it was good for the kids when we had a dog.
Yes.
Because there's that shared affection. So it is nice. It gets there.
Was there any help with your retirement? I'm going a bit over the shop here, but when because you actually work for the you're working for the government, right? So
No. It was like, see ya. Okay, you're not coming.
so there was no education or planning or
No, it was just people saying, oh, when are you, it became this big thing, oh, when are you retiring and blah, blah, blah. And they did speak to other people who'd retired, but it was all financial. It was none of the mental
no.
thing. But mind you, I think after teaching is stressful and it's full on and you're busy all the time. So to me, it's just been like freedom. Like I say, I'm still relishing it.
But there was no,
it's financial help, but no.
And you would think, though, in an organisation, like the government organisation, at some certain age, there'd be a trigger that would go off and say, look, Alison needs to have her meeting, a one-on-one with some sort of planner as to what you do. You had the good super as well, the Gold State Super, which that in itself you would think somebody somewhere within that organisation is going to say, well, who have we got on our list today?
Yeah, and I think you do need to have somebody saying, well, what do you plan? I mean, we did go and see somebody at the super building who talked to us about what we're doing. In fact, no, you recommended somebody.
Neil.
So when Paul retired, we spoke to Neil and it made us feel better about, like, financially that we'll be okay and it's all manageable and he's not going, oh, my God, what, you can't retire yet. And he was going, no, that's fine, you can do this. So financially we're fine. Mentally, there's nothing there, I don't think. And that's what Paul said, because I think Paul probably is adrift a bit more sometimes than I am. I've got lots to do and I'm always got something to do, so I'm happy. But sometimes, he feels like doing the work is good.
Yeah. Well,
because at least...
And even the volunteer anything, I think Paul needs to have that.
Yeah, he does.
Otherwise he does maybe drift a bit.
He does drift a bit.
All right, so we're getting probably towards the end and I can see them sitting outside having their drinks and the platters there.
Can I say what's good about retirement?
You certainly can.
Okay. I want to say, because it's a school-based analogy, it's like being at school and being able to do all your favourite subjects. That's what retirement is. You can do art, you can do home ec, you can do some reading, you can do some English. So you do all your favourite subjects.
Yes.
When you want.
And, like we've said before in the previous episodes, it allows you the time to do the things that you wanted to do when you were younger but ran out of time as you got older.
The time factor is not there.
And other demands, like you have kids and you have work and everything. So it stops you from doing the things you really wanted to do or thought you wanted to do, but never had the chance.
Because you'd sit there and have a go at something and then you think, oh, I've got to finish this because I do have marking.
Yeah.
Or I've got to get dinner or I've got to get the kids homework done. Yeah. Something like that. There is no... But I'm just totally free and I love it.
Well, that probably answers my next question, I think, which was going to be, if you had the ability to tell your younger self, preparing for retirement, what are the one or two things you could think of, good and bad, that maybe you wish you knew before?
I don't know. I think that you will be okay and you don't have to fill your day. And you don't have to be super productive. You don't have to, prove to anybody what you've done during the day. That's the nice thing about it. You don't, there's no accountability.
Which is
nice.
That's because, I guess, a lot of that is because of where you've come from, your school.
Yeah.
Where everything is graded, everything is marked, whether you're students or whether you're yourself. You're always being...
And there's accountability. Yeah. Why haven't your students done this, or why have they not performed well in this?
And why have you not done this, and why have you not done that? And not have to do that.
And teaching changed, and I wasn't... All the creativity had gone out of it.
So, it's become very much... Our teachers will pick up the slack, basically.
Yeah.
Where the parents don't do something, well, the teachers will pick up the slack.
Yeah, there's so much. So, no.
All right, so that's good. So I'm glad. And I've seen the transition in yourself and Paul.
Oh, have you?
Yes, and I'm jealous as hell. So I'm like you probably were when you saw Paul going after getting his cup of tea. So
I asked him not to put the kettle on before I left for school.
Good. Did he listen? No.
Yeah, he did.
I did? Good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because out of the group of us sitting out there now, there's 4 of us retired, and I'm not one of them, and 4 of us that aren't retired. Yes, that's me. So hopefully, all during this podcast, as we get more and more episodes, there'll be the stage where I'll be saying, hey, that's me
I'm
now.
out.
So, all right, so thank you very, very much, Alison.
My pleasure.
Let's go
Thanks,
join
Harry.
the rest of the crew.
Cheers.
See you. Cheers.
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 Clink.
Clink.
Well, that was really good. Alison's got some really interesting reflections on the retirement that she's had so far.
Well, we could have gone on longer, but we were sitting there doing the interview, looking out the window, and the other 6 were on
Pulling
the grog,
faces or something.
Oh,
okay.
sitting by the fire. Well, no, I thought they might go Mac faces, but they were good. They didn't do that. They're sitting by the big fire pit outside, eating a platter that Tracy had prepared and drinking, having a great old time.
So
we
you guys
found
had
it difficult.
FOMO.
That difficult to not get out there.
So what did you get from what Alison was talking about?
Yeah, well, a couple of things that stood out for me. There was lots of little points. I think she spoke very well. One of the ones was that, which I hadn't even thought about, part of her retirement planning, if that is a word, and it wasn't really planning, is that it became necessary that she had to plan to look after ageing, frail parents. And she'd said that, she felt guilty because her mum had said to her, why can't you look after me? Why can't you look after me? While she was still working. So that became, I guess, a reason for her to bring her retirement forward. And then when she lost her mum, she went back to work for a while. But I hadn't even, I guess, entered that. We all know our folks are getting older, and at some stage it's going to be the requirement for us to look after them and care for them. And you always think, well, I can do that while I still work. But it might be hard.
Yeah, and these are things that are almost impossible to plan for. You just have to roll with the punches.
That's right, but you're not planning for it, but you are they're in the back of your mind that you have to allow for them somehow.
Yeah.
And the other thing that stood out was the dog thing. She's got a little dog, Salty, and I've always thought, as you get older, from my viewpoint, and we've got obviously Staffy, we've got Coda, who's laid up with his crook knee at the moment after his operation, but you think, well, is he going to be the last dog? He's not going to be around forever. And as you get older, you've got other demands in your time, in that you'd like to travel and do bits and pieces, and you think, is the dog going to hamper that? And if you get another dog when you're older, how do you fit that dog in your life, I suppose, your retirement life? And now the more I hear it, the more I think, well, you probably need a dog when it comes to retirement. It gives you a reason to get up and do the walking, and you're actually working your life around the dog, I think. So it might be, sorry, Coda, you may be superseded at some stage, but I don't know when that will be.
Yeah, from what I know of dog people, it seems to be a habit that's very hard to break.
Yeah, it is. And
I mean, they may not even... You can say it now when things are a little tricky and the inconvenience, you're experiencing that to some extent. But, I think, when he goes, there'll be a massive hole.
Yeah, I think so. And I'll get pressure on it from my son's now got a puppy who's bigger than our dog. He's got a golden retriever. So he's got his dog. Jess has got, obviously, not obviously, but got Coda's brother, another blue Staffy, Bundy. And I think there'll be pressure internally and externally to get another dog.
So Alison said quite a number of things that resonated with me. One was that she was talking about how, reflecting how at some point they were worried about whether they'd have enough money. And then she said, she could always go back to work if she needed to. But she says, people always say you use less money as you get older. And I've heard this a lot, particularly in the context of retirement. And I always think to myself, well, I'm not sure if that's going to be true, at least in the early stages of retirement. I mean, sure, all the major purchases in life have happened, and not likely to, well, some people might want to spend big on a new car and that sort of thing, but the house is pretty much all renovated. There's only little bits to do. It's mostly maintenance things, and sure, you're not going to need to buy as many clothes and all those sorts of things. But I think cost of living is always going up, and also if you start travelling a bit more than you currently did, that is expensive. Not just for the flights and that sort of thing, but you're essentially paying for a whole stack of extra accommodation.
Insurances are high too.
Insurances are high, and you're always paying for meals when you're away that you don't do when you're at home. You typically buy them and prepare them yourself to a large extent. So it's hard to see how you could use less money as you get older, at least in the initial stages of retirement.
It's probably, I guess, what your retirement looks like. I mean, there are some people that may never want to travel. They've done their travelling up until now. But it's funny you mentioned that, though, because it made me think that a couple of things is that when we did it was only 3 weeks, did our caravan trip, and although maybe this can't be related, but my living expenses during that period when I came back, because I only want to know is what the credit card looks like, the credit card bill was the best it's been in a long time. And I thought, well, why is that? But I suppose leading up to it, we very rarely ate out. We took a lot of frozen meals that we'd made previously.
Yep.
We always have leftovers. We always cook for 4, and there's only the 2 of us, so we either have leftovers or the next day, or we we freeze them up and use them for the caravan or other times. So that was interesting. And another insight is I'm looking after Tracy's dad's finances now, so I see how much he spends, and it's considerably less than what I would spend as an individual at this stage in my life. So, and he's got 2 properties. So, but also he is older, and like I think you indicated, in the initial stages, I would find it difficult to believe you're spending less in the initial stages. As you hang around for longer and longer, it would definitely drop off.
Yeah, you travel less and
Socialise
socialise less, probably.
Yeah. Go to the op shop to buy your clothes.
Yeah.
Which the young ones do that too now, so.
There's competition.
Yeah, there is.
One of the things that Alison said that I really liked was retirement is like being at school, but you can do all your favourite subjects whenever you want. That sounds like a great analogy, and certainly something to look forward to, because even when you were back at school, there were always subjects you liked, and some many you didn't.
I think probably the ones you liked, the ones you didn't have to get marked on for me. So that's the thing too, is not being assessed or marked.
Yeah. And then the final thing, when you asked her to, what would you tell your younger self? And she said something quite insightful, that you'll be okay. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to achieve. And I thought, that's an interesting thing. I mean, that the achievement factor has always been an element that's driven my career. Not only to sort of meet deadlines, but also to, at least at university, you have to. If you want to get ahead, if you want to get promoted, you have to do things like get research grants and get papers published. And so, there is that achievement motivation that drives you. And it will be interesting to see, when I've retired and I don't have to chase those things, how I do sort of have the intention to keep writing papers, but, I wonder.
But you won't be assessed, and there's no deadlines. And those things that's right. It's not, and that's exactly right. I know you'll continue to do a lot of what you're doing now, but there's not if you're writing another book, then obviously there's deadlines with a book, I suppose. But other than that, you're not going to be assessed or chasing that next promotion or being accountable, which is exactly what she said.
But even, I know for me, I don't know Alison well, so I don't know if for her, but for me, it's always been a standard that I've had for myself, and have I met that standard? And will I get to a point in retirement where I'm thinking, I'm not really doing anything like I thought that I would do, or I won't have achieved what I thought that I might have done, and I wonder if I'll feel unsatisfied by that, or whether I'll just sort of get used to it and get relaxed about it. I don't know. It's going to be
I
interesting
think you
thing
need
to see.
to listen to your podcast, because I think there's a couple of other ones previously said the same sort of thing, and I think that really you have to be happy and happy with who you are and what you're doing. And I think you got to get up in the morning, but I don't think you need to place unnecessary goals and targets on yourself.
Yeah. No,
And that's something, well, I'll help you with that one,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
worry.
All right, well, that's getting sort of deep and meaningful now. I think that needs a little bit more whiskey. And
Yeah,
one thing I forgot to mention about the whiskey that we're drinking today is that it was a gift from Jeff Black and his wife
Blackie.
for my birthday last year. So cheers to the Blacks,
Thank you very much.
and cheers to Dewars, and cheers to you, Harry.
Cheers, mate. All the best.
See ya.
See ya.
It's the Whiskey Talk. It's written and produced by Craig Spielman and Harry Swanson. All music is written and performed by Craig Spielman. The audio was recorded at The Wardrobe in Perth, Western Australia. We value your feedback about the show, especially any information you can provide on issues we've discussed that we can share with our listeners. We'd also love to hear any whiskey recommendations. Our email address is whiskeytalking@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. We all benefit profoundly from more listening.